All right, check it out. Same day, same thing, man. This is Monday the 9th. Gold, futures. I'm just here doing this weekend performance review. It says target of the day was smashed this day, and I'm just trying to figure out how I could have possibly capitalized on it. I'm just here to journal everything. I know that in the future, I'm gonna look back on this and I'm gonna be laughing at how precise I knew where everything was going, and now I'm capitalizing on all of it, just as I was 6 months ago. I look back on the videos I was making 6 months ago, and I'm a whole different version. I'm way better than who I was. So I'm looking to replicate that, and I am going to replicate that, and that's what I'm here doing right now. With that being said, let's check this out. So 15-minute time frame, this is what I'm presented with, 3 in the morning. Off top, I see that I do have this prominent M15 demand right here. Here's prominent M15 demand. Hold on, give me some time real quick. Man. Okay, cool. So I'm working with this prominent M15 demand right here. Let me turn this music down real quick. Okay, cool. Now with that being said, being that I do have demand right here, let's go ahead and make sure that this is even valid. First of all, M3 or M5 equal lows within this is gonna make it invalid. So I come M3 no equal lows, and M5 no equal lows. Okay, so this is a valid zone of demand right here. As far as what I see over here, I do see this big wick to be filled up there with supply at the top of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this out. Even though just through experience, I really don't like the way this target of the day looks. I'm just gonna mark it though. Now with that being said, I come M30, and I'm also dealing with what? Prominent M30 demand as well. So at this point in time, I'm looking for a bounce play, just based off the fact that I have voids to fill to the upside with prominent demand being created off previous prominent demand. Now with that being said, I'm gonna move this target to this M30 supply at the top of this void to be filled, and I'm gonna check out this 1 hour time frame as well, just to give me an overall bias of what's going on today. Now check this out, 1 hour demand. We're coming off previous 1 hour demand here, wick to fill to the upside, H1 supply at the top of this void to be filled. With that being said, H1 supply, I'm gonna mark that nice and clean for myself, and we'll continue to just watch price play out. Now at this point in time, I'm simply looking for new bullish structure, which is just gonna be forms of demand breaking zones of supply to be created in order to take me to these targets of the day. Now with that being said, this is kind of a far target of the day at this point in time, so I would be looking for price to fill this wick to the upside, right? Now with that being said, let's just continue to watch price play out. All right, so check this out. Price breaks this prominent M15 demand to the downside, right? If I were to mark this out, box this out as I had it, as you can see, price has just now broke it. Bam. This is 4:15 to 4:30, meaning I have a simultaneous 30-minute candlestick closure. Now price has broken this prominent M30 demand as well, and has proceeded to create new prominent M30 supply. So I'm gonna mark this. Now I have prominent 30 supply and prominent 15-minute supply created. Now let's go ahead and validate these zones. Make sure they have no M3 or M5 equal highs within. I come M3 time frame. There's no equal highs here. Come M5 time frame. No equal highs here, making these valid zones of prominent supply. Okay, cool. Now price is breaking demand and creating supply. Check this out. Off top, through so much experience, these things just pop out to me. I don't know how to explain it, really put it into words, but in my head, it's all crystal clear for me. Thousands and thousands of repetitions, but look at this clear wick to be filled right here to the downside. Clear wick to be filled, So price is breaking demand, simultaneously creating supply, no equal highs, and there's a wick to be filled to the downside. So the play of day has switched momentarily. Now with that being said, this is 4:15 to 4:30. Let's just continue to watch price play out. There's no type of entries as of yet. This is 4:45 to 5, meaning I have a 30-minute candlestick closure simultaneously. Price still hasn't came back to touch this 30-minute supply. 15-minute, obviously there's nothing to work with here, but I do have a 1-hour candlestick closure at this same point. Now, what do I also see here? I see prices created 1-hour supply. 1-hour supply created. Here is 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. This is this candlestick closure. I'm sorry, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's that candlestick closure. Understanding higher time frame, anatomy, candlestick, you know what I mean? Candlestick structure. I am expecting a upper wick to be filled, as every single one of these has an upper wick, right? And look at this. This aligns perfectly. Big bullish volume, leaving a nice wick to be filled, void to be filled here. 30-minute, same thing. Same void to be filled. 15-minute, same void to be filled. And at this point in time, I am going to go ahead and mark every single zone of demand in the way, on the way to this target of the day. I put this line here, understanding everything over here has already been touched. Come to the 10-minute, no forms of 10-minute demand, same beautiful wick to be filled. M5 time frame. Here is M5 demand at the base, not really at the base, but in the way, on the way to the target of the day. We're gonna mark this to 6 a.m. Fuck it, we'll do 7. There's no news today. We come M3 time frame, and that aligns the same thing there. Here I also do have this M3 demand laying just below. Actually, I'm sorry, that is invalid. And then we come to the M1, mark every single zone of demand in the way, on the way to this target of the day. And I just have this one here. M1. Okay, cool. Now let's come back to the M15 time frame and see everything I have set up. All right. We're going to delete all of this up here because I like my charts nice and clean for myself. Now, let's tie everything together one more time. I have this wick to be filled. Only minor forms of demand in the way, on the way to the target of the day. I have no equal highs to the upside. I have prominent M15 M15 supply. I have prominent M30 supply in my favor, and I have 1-hour supply in my favor. I'm simply looking for the A+ slip play setup in order to take me here. This is just representing that upper wick that I'm expecting price to create. This is that upper wick. It's represented on the lower time frame. Now, at this point in time, price does create prominent M15 demand. Okay? I'm just an observer here. I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just an observer. I need to break this. This is demand. So long as it doesn't have M3 or M5 equal lows within, I come to the M3. This is valid here. I come to the M5. This is valid here. M15 time frame. Now I understand I'm going to mandatory need to break this in order to continue with this play of the day here. Boom. There's the break. This is 6:30 to 6:45. Price breaks this. Price simultaneously creates prominent M15 supply. So now everything's looking nice and clean for myself once again. However, we don't skip the structure. I need to make sure that this is valid. M3. No M3 equal highs. M5. No M5 equal highs. Okay, cool. Now I do need the entry signal off of here in order to go ahead and enter. This is first target, second target. As you can see, Price comes back. This is rejection candlestick off of that. This is 6:45 to 7. So meaning I do have a 30-minute candlestick closure simultaneously. Now I have 30-minute supply in my favor once again. 6:30 to 7, right? So the meaning I have a new 1 hour, and price creates new 1 hour supply off of previous supply there. As explained earlier, every single one of these has an upper wick, so I am expecting a momentary push to the upside just to create this higher time frame 1 hour wick to the upside. Now, let's continue to watch price play out on the M5 though, because M15 is moving way too fast. So we check this out. Boom, this is that upper wick being created here. That's the upper wick being created. Price taps this M30 supply here, right? And does what? Rejects off of it here. This is the 30-minute supply. Check this out. 30-minute prominent supply. Come down to the lower time frames. Price creates that upper wick on the 1 hour, rejects off of it. Boom. You know the pick and roll. I picked it up and sent it home. Now check this out. This was a nice possible entry here. Respecting this. First target. Second target. Keep in mind I didn't take this trade, but this is just me improvising. As you can see, price taps that first target of the day and then proceeds to hit stop loss. But you can see how I'm predicting where price is going. Nice and clean, nice and clean, nice and clean. I love it. I'm only gonna get better.